What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at Tainted Grail Conquest, The Seeds of Corruption. This is from Awaken Realms game, and it did release on Steam into early access back in November of 2020. Now on May 27th, 2021, just coming up here in a couple of weeks, the 1.0 launch of Tainted Grail Conquest is here, and I got the opportunity to pop in and take a look at the game now. Now this is the update version 0.99. This is not the 1.0 release product. However, it does give you a good idea of some of the basics of the game. This video was sponsored through Indie Boost, and I did receive the game for free, so thank you all so much for giving me the opportunity to check this one out and checking it out early. Now, what is Tainted Grail Conquest? Well, Tainted Grail, of course, was a tabletop game that quite a few of you may remember. This is a video game reimagining, and it is a story-driven hybrid between a deck-building roguelike and an RPG. There's definitely a deck element to the game, and it still has its story and RPG elements. But, of course, the game is still built as if it's a roguelike. Now, what is Tainted Grail all about? Well, Tainted Grail is kind of a reimagining of a dark version of the Arthurian tales, and it has lots to offer. There's 6 individual playable characters right now. There will be 9 at launch, and it's definitely a really nice blend in the deck building and roguelike hybrid. Now, we'll all get our favorites as we come in, but there's no shortage of diversity here. There's 9 unique classes to choose from, of course. At launch there will be. There's 6 in early access today. 460 different cards, 340 different passive skills, 50 masteries, so there's lots of ways to spec out your individual run, and we are going to start one fresh and hop right on in. Now, before we get into the meat, I always like to go through the options and kind of show what is available to everyone out here. There is a tutorial mode. I turned that off, and we do want to see the intro video. Just some basic general options here with bug reporting. In the actual game settings, you can change the font size. There's a simple font addition as well. You can change your HUD scale if you choose to, skip the animations if you want your experience to go a little quicker. Toggle on or off a mini-map, taking a look at the audio settings. This one's always important to me, and we've got a nice variety. We've got the master volume control, music volume, and effects volume. It's always important to me to have these on different sliders. Then environment and voice volume as well. As far as graphics settings, we've got a pretty nice selection, although very basic. We can enable or disable VSync. We've got a targeted frames per second we're shooting for, and then various settings on the vegetation, the water quality, and just the basics graphics quality in general. And then another important thing is, yep, you can change your key bindings. That is always an important one also. It's so nice to be able to change key bindings to what you like to use in particular. Now let's go ahead and hop on into a brand new run. Taking a look through the character creation here. You can be male or female. I generally usually choose female character models in almost every game. I don't know why, I just always feel like the female character models look a little bit better. Although the male character models do not look bad at all in this one. Now we can go ahead and, let's see, we will just call her Juice. And let's go ahead and swap through some of the various colors. Here's her skin tones. What have we got next? We've got some different hairstyles. Taking a look at these. I think I like that one. I'm not sure. That one's not bad either. There's quite a few to choose from, that's for sure. Or do we just want to make our girl bald? That's a possibility too. Let's go with the half and half look, and we'll hook her up with a mohawk. The hair color, well, yeah, no, we gotta make it a little orange, right? That's just how it's supposed to be. And then let's see, facial hair. No, we'll pass on the facial hair. Tattoos. Oh, wow. Some nice bits of ink here. That one's kind of cool. Ooh, what's the skull? Oh, yeah. We're going raw with the skull, no doubt about it. And then gear customization will be unlocked after the tutorial. Now, I'm not playing the tutorial. We'll go ahead and skip on through. But let's take a look at some of the intro. Now, once again, this is not the launch version of the game. This is version 0.99. So there will be another launch day update as the game hits on May 27th.
King Arthur promised us safety on these shores. Instead, we found stormy seas, rocks like shark teeth, and treacherous mists. Those few who manage to land will be set by hunger, cold, and nightmares born of weirdness. My people settled around a gnarled old statue. Though we did not understand its origin or purpose, the enemy seemed to avoid it. That was good enough. For a time. In the end, the winds of weirdness only grew stronger, and the statue failed to protect the settlement. There was fear, despair, and then nothingness, as reality melted around us.
You wake up in nothingness. There's only darkness around you, a dense mass of emptiness in which even your thoughts disappear. Then you hear somebody's whistling. It feels like an eternity before something manifests within the darkness, and when it does, it's visibly angry.
You weren't supposed to land here. Damn it all to hell.
Creature pauses for a moment, clearly considering its options.
Now, listen, there's a lot to do and no time to waste. First, we must ensure you're in proper condition to actually do anything.
And that would be the tutorial. We don't want to skip the storyline.
Perfect. You can speak, and yes, these are really great questions. No easy answers, though. Sorry to disappoint.
Now listen closely. What I'm going to tell you is rather important. You're gone. Your village is gone. Everything you've ever known is gone too, and that includes you. However, there is a small chance to bring it all back. You were saved from death in order to keep your reality from falling apart. The problem is, as with most important things, it's not going to be easy. But first, we must ensure you're in proper condition to actually do anything. That brings us to the problematic part, your body. You look at your legs and hands, and they seem perfectly fine.
That's just an illusion. I had to get you here somehow, didn't I? You'd start talking about the afterlife and whatnot, and this, my friend, is not an afterlife. This is a total mess.
Who does that sound like? That voice sounds extremely familiar. Alright, and here we go. And this is where we can pick our character. Now, here in Early Access, we've got the Pathfinder. We got the Weird Hunter. We've got the Berserker. We've got the Blood Mage, the Summoner, and the Necromancer. Now, the Blood Mage, the Summoner, and the Necromancer do play very similarly. I've played a little bit on every character now. My favorite is without a doubt the Berserker. It's kind of like a high-risk, high-reward type situation, rolling with low health. However, none of these are going to be unlocked until we complete the tutorial, which I thought I had turned off. And we are going to start off on the Weird Hunter. Weird Hunters focus on dealing as much damage as possible using quick strikes or powerful blows. If we take a look at every hero is going to have an ultimate ability that you will charge up. The ultimate ability for the Weird Hunter is the Weird Hunters call upon a beast of the weirdness to deal massive amounts of damage to an enemy depending on the number of charges they spend. They charge their ultimate ability by landing hits on enemies. So depending on how many charges you can have on your ultimate ability as you hit enemies and this charges up, you can use it earlier for less of a reward while using it. Take a look. Our base HP is 100. Our base damage is 8 to 12. Let's go ahead and hop right on in and get this going. Well, it seems your soul isn't strong enough to be picky about its vessel. Yet, don't worry, you'll grow. Now we need to see whether this trick actually worked. The goat makes a series of gestures with its hands and conjures a terrifying creature within the emptiness. This foe is a powerful Avalonian warlock, but don't worry, he's not here, not in the truest sense. Your goal here is simple. Fight and show me you've got what it takes. So let's take a look at just one of the basic cycles of combat. So this guy's got 1,000 health. He is the Four Dweller, obviously fairly mean and menacing looking, without a doubt. Taking a look through our cards that we got here. We've got Overhead Swing, deal 1 hit for 4 to 6, reduce enemy's armor by 10. We've got a Small Strike, which is going to deal 3 quick hits for 4 to 6 each. An Overhead Swing. Then, of course, a block. We've got an attack. And then we've got Broad Reach, which the next hit does plus 100% damage. That's pretty good. Now down here, we take a look at our ultimate ability. Now, of course, you need to get hits to get this counter charged up. Getting it charged all the way up to 20 is going to be the maximum effectiveness. Actually, 16 plus charges is going to add 25% base damage. And you can activate it as early as you want, but of course, it's going to be more rewarding if you hold out and let it stack up. So let's go ahead and we'll throw our block up. If you look down in the bottom right, we've got our energy for the turn. The block used 1 of my 3 possible energy. And then, let's see. Let's reduce the enemy's armor. And then, let's do the small strikes and hit them 3 times. And now we're at 0-3 energy, so that is the end of our turn, and it's time to get walloped. We had our block up, so we did block that attack. Now I want to get that block up once again, and let's see, let's go. Do we want to stack one? Yeah, let's go ahead and load one up here. Go ahead and go with the small strikes, get 1 big shot in out of all that, and then that is our energy here. So we'll go ahead and skip to the next. We did have a stun in there, remember, too. Now, you saw I blocked, but I still did take some damage. On attacks where you want to go full offense, it would probably be in my best interest to stun those enemies first. See, we've got a block here. We've got a big overhead swing for 1. And then we've got just our standard attack, which is 1 energy as well. Alright, now we got the stun effect, so let's just go straight out damage. So, oh, that one's 2 though. Decisions. We'll stun it anyway, and then go for a big overhead swing. But more importantly, we get a freebie where we didn't have to worry about taking any damage that wave. So let's get our block up. We'll go with small strikes and an overhead swing as well. Actually, that overhead swing you would want to get out there first. Getting just walloped. Now we've got our block in here. Let's go with the small strikes twice. Call at the end of the turn and see if we can't luck out on our block. You see, our charges are actually up to 20 now. So kind of want to go ahead and use it, right? Let me go ahead and use it because we're going to waste charges if we don't. So we're going to pop our ultimate, dish out just a bunch of pain. Then let's throw a block up there. We'll get an overhead swing in. And then just a normal attack. Alright, so we are into another one. We're down to 55 health here. We definitely going to need to keep stacking that block. Let's get our overhead swing in, and then let's go with just a regular standard attack here. We took some big damage that time, and I think, is it time to drop the stun? We took a lot of damage that hit. Let's go ahead and we'll just block 1 and then go 2 small strikes. I'm going to kind of risk it here and hope I don't get 1 shot. Ooh, I got lucky on that block there. We're at 10 of 20. I'm not sure. That's not going to be enough to kill him for sure. It'll be a nice chunk of damage, but not going to be enough to kill him. So let's go ahead and block again. Let's go with the small strikes. I should have went with the overhead swing first, but let's go ahead and get the overhead swing in there. And now he's got some homies. Oh, great. So here, a small strikes would be probably beneficial. These guys only have 1 HP, but they've got 25 shield on top of it. And of course, we are at 25 of 100. I do have 1 block charge. Now, of course, I could use more blocks. I could stack another block up there, but I am going to just shoot for the sky here and hope I can get something done with my small strikes. No real such luck there. Let's go ahead and just focus this one. And we've got one of them down anyway. Now we have 1 block. And sadly, that was all it took to put us down. Now, we've completed kind of the intro event. And we are back out to Goatman. I guess we could have expected that you wouldn't be able to beat it on your first try. But don't worry, it's like I said, you'll grow. You can see that the creature grows impatient. I'm going to send you to a very special place now, a mirror of your reality, located in an endless loop between life and death. You won't die there, but nothing's living there either. You'll wake up in a place resembling your village. I've made sure that you'll find there a man whose task will be to help you during your journey. And your main objective for now will be to push onwards and survive. Kill the 4 guardians, then we'll talk. So you've got we've got a placeholder here for more explanation. What do we got here? Wait, what happened to my world?
It's been 4 years since humans landed on these shores. 4 years of strife, fear, and hunger. At least that's what you tell yourselves. And 4 years of war you were destined to lose, because even the mightiest human wizards are no match for the Avalonians.
Seeing your expression, it makes an impatient grimace, stepping from one foot to the other.
Your tribe was peaceful and so on, but humans are not. The war you brought here, well, it wasn't exactly going in your favor. But then that wizard, Merlin, well, he had an idea. Your king, Arthur, he had another brilliant idea. Both stubborn mules, both playing with powers they didn't understand and were never meant to understand.
The creature rolls his eyes.
Here, in this corrupted reality, strung together with the last strand of somebody's goodwill.
All right, let's go. So now we're going to pop on into our village, and let's let this scene initialize. And here we go. And this is going to be one of the RPG elements, or pardon me, well, it's a little bit of an RPG element, and it's the roguelike element, where this is one of unlocking different buildings, basically, in your village is going to be one of the things that you keep. So as you go through different playthroughs, you're going to unlock different aspects of your village that are going to allow you to do different things. So our quest says speak to the strange man. Let's do it. Where your hometown once stood, now a lone man sits among the remains. He doesn't notice you until you walk right up to him. Then he turns his blank stare towards you. It's not my farmhold, is it? I'm from up north, from the land of fog. I don't know what happened. At least that's one thing you have in common.
At least I thought it was a dream. A creature like a goat told me I'd wake up in a strange place, and there I'd find someone in need of my help. I've already made some preparations, settled in one of the tents here. Currently I can't offer you much, though. This place is different. But you? This path leads out of the village. I've seen an enormous creature out there. A golem of stone. The evil energy it emits is beyond anything I've ever felt. I'd say getting rid of that beast should be a good start.
And we have got our first quest, and that is Slay the Stone Golem. Now, if we head on out and start getting right into it, we are going to encounter that. Now, this is going to change every single time. Let's go ahead and pop our weird candle, which will allow us to brave the weirdness without any repercussions. Here is a look through some of the different systems before we even get out there and start swinging. Well, we've got our base stats. We've gone through this already. Our items. Well, we have no items yet other than the consumables we start with. You see a healing mixture is already on our combat items list. It shows our damage, our armor, and the currency. We start off with 100 wealth. We're going to find runestones throughout. Hopefully we find one quick here, and that allows you to put it into a weapon or an armor slot. The runestones will give various active weapon effects or active armor effects depending on which piece you slot it into. Our quest, of course, we saw is to slay the ogre. Now, this is our starting deck. Obviously, we're just getting started off. There's not a lot here. We've got stance cards and attack cards. For attack, we've got that attack, small strikes, and overhead swing. And then for stance, we've got block, stun, and broad reach. And then there is a glossary. Now, as we discover new things, our glossary will fill up. But let's go and get out and start our adventure. If we take a look at... Oh, here we go. Good, I caught you before you went out all on your lonesome. Our mutual friend already told you to slay the stone golem. Perfect. The golem is just a start. Even if you do manage to kill it, the further you go, the more dangerous the road will become. And since we're talking roads, you're walking within the weirdness now, and it's dangerous. Take these candles, light them up, and try to not let this damn fog close around you. Now, I prematurely sparked up my weirdness candle already, and we just got 3 more of those bad boys. And before you go to face the golem, look around the area. There's a blacksmith nearby who might be willing to join our village. And here we go with one of our first RPG elements, and that is going to be finding the blacksmith. Finding people like him will be crucial for your survival. Each one will be helpful in a different way. And with that, I'm out. Good luck. Now, we don't want to go rushing the golem. If we go and rush the golem, we're going to get wrecked. We need to get a little bit of power first. Now, it's giving us a quest outline to take to get over to the blacksmith, yet on the road there, we got a pack of enemies. Now, this should be a pretty trivial fight here at just one enemy and, just getting started off. So let's just go ahead and smoke this guy. I'm going to throw my block up. We'll hit him with the small strikes. And then just a regular attack. We blocked that first attack. Now we got a Tainted Force card. Reduce armor of all enemies by 25 for this turn. Pretty good card. However, if you don't play it, the next turn I'll draw 1 card more and increase its cost by more. So there's kind of a, you decide what you choose to do with these particular types of cards. I'm going to go ahead and use this one because reducing the armor by 25 is just pretty dang good. And then we'll throw a block up again and then hit it with those small strikes once again for a few extra shots. Now we're still at full. It's approaching the halfway mark, so we're doing pretty good there. Let's go ahead and kind of try to put the pain down a little bit. Let's go with a broad reach and then an attack. And oh yeah, we smacked it down, but this bad boy split into 2, so we're going to have to get ready for yet another combat experience here. I've got a stun. I don't have a block available here, but I'm still at full health, so I think I'm going to risk it. Now, this small strikes that I like using so much, remember, it's going to go to random enemies, so it's going to hit multiple targets. You see we got 1 shot on there and 2 shots on here, and then we've got 2 more points left. Let's go with an overhead swing to this one. And then a regular attack. And not enough to get it killed, but we're in pretty good shape, and we only took 10 points of damage. I'm going to go ahead and get my block up now. We'll go with an overhead swing to this one again. And then I'm going to pray for the RNG. And let's go for some small strikes, hoping 2 of these 3 hits get over here maybe. Or all 3 would be even better. No such luck there. We got 1 of those blocked. Okay, and we got a new card here. Reduce armor of all enemies by 25. This turn, it's actually the same card, or a similar card anyway. I'm not sure if it was identical. Let's see, we'll get our block up here. We've only got 1 more shot, so let's just go with the regular attack. Get that one salted up. Look at that, the 1 HP here. So now I'm just going to hit the small strikes. One of the shots I'm going to hope hits this guy. Yep, so 1 down there. Only 13 left. Now, do I want to put my block up? Or do I want to take 2 attacks? I think it'd be a little smarter just to kill that baddie and then collect any potential reward we get for the combat here. So we went to level 2. So let's take a look at what we got. Well, we get a new card. We've got Quick Counter, deal 1 hit for 100% damage. A Rapid Attack, deal 6 hits for 33% damage to random enemies. Each hit reduces enemies' armor by 5. And then we've got Fist of Stone, 1 hit for 300% damage. Reduce enemies' armor by 25 until the end of combat. Let's go ahead and take that card, as that seems pretty darn beast. And then we get a passive skill. Increase the maximum damage you deal by 6. Whenever you kill an enemy, draw 1 card with its cost reduced by 1. Or duplicate every 7th attack type card played. I mean, any of those sound pretty decent. I'm going to go ahead and take the haste one. And now we have earned our first passive as we make our way over to the blacksmith. However, that is going to get it for this video today. Let me know down in the comments below if you want to see more of this super fun game, and that is Tainted Grail Conquest. As I mentioned earlier, it does launch 1.0 on May 27th, so it is coming right up, and all the links to the game will be down in the description below. So thanks again so much to Indie Boost and Awaken Realms Digital for sponsoring this video, and I will see you all next time around. Thanks again.